This is Terror House Radio with Matt Forney and Bryden Proctor.
Yeah, welcome to a Terror House Radio episode number 39. I'm Matt Forney, your charming and loquacious host. I'm the founder and editor-in-chief of Terror House Press. Joining me, as usual, is my co-host and producer, the very uptight and punctual Bryden Proctor. How you doing, Bryden?
I'm good. I mean, except you're a little late. It wasn't so much that you were late, Matt. It was that you just, we do the show at 11, unless otherwise specified. And then, all right, fine. It's 11:15. Like, okay, fine. Maybe he's doing something. 11:30 rolls around. Not a word from you. Nothing.
We haven't done this show at 11 in, a long time.
And it's your fault.
It's my fault.
Yeah, because the last time we usually do it at 11, but it's usually, you're fucking pulling your putt or whatever, trying to figure it out.
I'm pretty sure we've been doing it at noon or 1 p.m.
No. I know for a fact we haven't. And the last time we didn't do it at 11 was when I woke up. I believe it was last week when I woke up late, and the first thing that I did was got on Discord and was like, "Oh, I just woke up." You know why? Because I'm conscious of other people's time. I'm considerate of that. I was like, oh no, I overslept. I would hate to do my old buddy Matt dirty, because I'm not a monster, and I'm conscious of people's, other people have other things going on. Like today, for example, it was 9:00. And I was like, fuck, maybe, because I've been awake since 6-something. Was like, maybe I can get a quick game and I can stream a game. And I look at this game called Impulsion or something dumb like that. And I looked up on howlongtobeat.com and it said 2.5 hours. And I said, well, I don't have time to do that. Because I would not want to, have to eat into Matt's time for something that's totally self-absorbed, because I'm not a monster. I wouldn't do that to my good friend Matt.
Brian, I'm going to send you an early Christmas gift.
I don't want any anthrax.
It's a packet of Q-tips, so you can get all the sand out of your vagina.
Why would you use
We'll give you some Vaseline, too.
Why would you use Q-tips for that?
Q-tips and Vaseline? It's a delicate operation. And you're a very
is.
sensitive fellow.
No, I care about my own time, and I care about your time, and I'm considerate enough to consider your time. I don't just go around going, oh, geez, the world revolves around me, Matt Forney. And I think if you want to get sand out of a vagina, you could use some type of a vacuum on low,
That is incredibly dangerous.
I don't know how dangerous it is. It might be.
You do not put any kind of electrical implement into your vagina.
No, you just put it outside of the end, and then it gets rid of the that you fill it up with water, right? Then use kind of a shot vac on the extra low setting. You get all of that out. It's mud at that point. It'll be easier to get out.
I am 90% sure someone has went to the emergency room because they tried this.
Probably. I mean, yeah, people stick weird things in weird places for sure. But for the purpose of how to get sand out of a vagina. If a woman does have sand within the vaginal canal, this is from Teen Vogue, by the way. Jesus. It may cause some irritation during penetrative intercourse. Generally, sand will come out on its own. If the sand is in the folds and creases, in the quick shower. See, so you don't need a Q-tip. You don't need Vaseline. You just need to take a shower. Like I said, pump it full of water.
Yeah, water, not a vacuum cleaner.
Well, you said Vaseline and Q-tips. It's different stuff. There's another Refinery 29, another wonderful website. All about what do you do if you get sand in your vagina. Don't fuck on the beach. How's that? Because that's what they do in movies, and you should just not go to the beach. But, you get sand in your vagina.
Oh, I just fact checked your other claim here. Says here, do not put vacuum cleaners into your vagina. Because a lot of women, apparently, this is enough to be written about. A lot of women try to use vacuum cleaners to end their periods early.
That's such a dumb fucking idea.
In a horrifying tweet for the ages, a woman who says she is a nurse claims she had seen several patients this week who had attempted to speed up their period through the misuse of a vacuum cleaner. The woman said that two women aged 19 and 23 tried to suck out their menstrual blood in a misguided attempt to end their period early. Ladies, please stop using your vacuum hose to end your period early, Twitter user Odyssey299 T99 said in a tweet. You're going to wind up sucking out a lot more than blood. There are two cases of this so far this week, and both women had to be admitted. Just stop. They used the suction cups to suck out their periods, hoping to end them early. They both sent themselves into shock instead, Odyssey T99 explained over several replies. I don't know if it was Eureka, Dyson, Hoover, or some Walmart brand, but yes, an actual vacuum cleaner. It's dangerous. Today's vacuums are extremely powerful. They could have sucked out a lot more than blood. Your period has a steady flow of its own that for all intents and purposes your body can tolerate. A vacuum increases that flow over 1,000 times, which your body can't tolerate, therefore sending you into shock. It's not clear why the women would attempt this, though several people point out that this sounds like a home attempt at menstrual extraction.
Yeah, that's retarded. I'm not shocked at all that women would try that. Like I don't know. There's not anything. The only thing dumber than a 23-year-old girl is a 19-year-old girl. Like that's fucking stupid. Meanwhile, I mean, this is male privilege. This is the patriarchy. Every 10-year-old boy, I'm sure, at some point stuck his dick in a vacuum cleaner and nothing happens.
Yeah, there you go.
That's damn it, but that's this privilege.
Vacuum cleaners are misogynistic, clearly.
Oh man, that's fucking gross. I'm not surprised. I didn't think that would be the reason, but that's not shocking at all.
This sounds like something that would end up on Bollocks to the Hippocratic Oath. You ever read that?
No.
It was a column that ran in Vice, like God, close to 20 years ago, written by a woman in the British NHS who talked about all the horrible things she had to deal with as part of her job. My favorite article was the one about people putting things in their dicks.
Sure. What's that one called? That's not edging. What's it called?
No, not.
It's got a name.
Yeah, it's sounding.
Sounding. There you go. Yeah.
Well, this wasn't sounding per se. One of the examples she talked about was like a guy who got admitted to the ER, claiming he had incredible pain in his bladder. So they did an X-ray and they saw dozens of tiny little things just writhing around in there. They were maggots. And how did they get in there? Basically, this guy liked to fish, and he used maggots for catching fish. And he would occasionally go and put one in his dick hole because he liked the way it felt. And then they just got all there and they started breeding.
And he wasn't ever just like, uh-oh, I'm missing one. He counts them. He's like, all right, 6. And then after he's done doing whatever he's doing, I assume jerking, he isn't like, all right, let me see. Oh, fuck, there's only 4 in here. I guess if you're sticking maggots down your pee hole, you're probably not much of a counter.
Well, yeah. Like he would just use some of the maggots to get off.
Yeah, but I mean, it just seems like it's I don't know. Maybe it's more like when you break a glass and like you think you got all the pieces, you're putting it together. If I'm putting maggots in my dick hole, dude, I'm making sure that I've accounted for all of the maggots once I've done, jerking.
Well, yeah. There was a guy who also put a goldfish up his dick. I have no idea how he fucking managed that.
I'm gonna have to see that guy's dick.
Yeah, probably looks like a vagina, actually.
Or it's a small goldfish. I'll bet goldfish. I mean, they probably start really small.
Yeah, there was also a guy who put a wire in his dick. Well, that's more common. And there was also the guy who injected instant concrete into his dick so he could get an erection.
That's a pretty solid idea. I don't know. I mean, like on paper, it seems like it's all there.
Oh, wait, no, it wasn't instant concrete. It was tiling sealer.
I don't know what that is. That sounds like a celebrity I've never heard of. You know, it'd be like, and for best actor, tiling singer.
The only option was to send him to surgery using a small sharp pick, like what the dentist uses to remove plaque, scraping every last flake out of his red raw tube to give him any hope of ever functioning normally again. He wasn't going to piss or cum without crying for a long time.
Yeah, but who can? I mean, you know, who is he? Every guy over 30, you know? Give me a break. It's not that
I
big.
think this guy was like a teenager when it happened.
Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, I applaud his ingenuity, you know. Like he had an idea. That's you know, he had an idea and he went for it. I mean, some people wonder their whole lives, what if I put tiling sealer in my dick? And you know, and they die with those regrets. Like, you know, you don't like, you know, the old saying, Matt, you never die you know, you're never on your deathbed wishing that you hadn't put tiling sealer into your dick.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, exactly.
I wish I would have spent more time not putting tiling sealer into my dick. Nobody ever. It's not how you die, man.
Yeah, my other favorite story from that series was the homeless guy who had ruined his gastrointestinal lining to the point that whenever he drank, he was an alcoholic, by the way, that whenever he drank, he would just start shitting out blood. So in an attempt to keep himself from leaking blood everywhere, he took a bunch of paper towels and shoved them up his ass.
See, that's also, again, this guy is a modern day problem solver. All right? Like, that's the type of thinking we need in our big corporations.
The funniest part of that story was that, like, while this nurse was removing the bloody paper towels from his ass, he was hitting on her.
Yeah, that guy's a fucking champion. That doesn't surprise me at all. He's
It's a
fucking
real
cool.
dudes rock 2020 moment.
Yeah, that guy is fucking great. That's fucking cool. That's the best. He's just drunk with a bloodied up fucking paper toweled asshole, and he's like, "What you doing later?" That's great. That guy's sweet.
Yeah. That was a good series. You know, it's unfortunate they ended it.
Well, I mean, it seems like, you know, you're not supposed to tell people that, and like now probably people could find out somehow who those people are and all of that shit. I don't know how they get away with that. You know.
Yeah, I'm guessing again. The woman who wrote this was British, so I'm guessing they have different laws that allow for that kind of thing. Like, well, HIPAA is pretty strict in the U.S.
Yeah, so like, I mean, because I've sold shit that like, you know, you wouldn't even think like, oh, it's got to be HIPAA compliant or whatever. Just stuff that's not even related, or so I thought. Like, that's a very expanding thing. If you're even at a car parked near a hospital, it's got a fucking, you know, oh, the tires, are they HIPAA compliant? I don't know what's going on with the English store or whatever they're.
Wait. Tires?
That's a joke, Matt.
Oh, good.
Yeah. No. Give it time, though. But, yeah, I don't know what their whole deal is. They may just be like the Florida of countries with their, you know, their whole deal.
Well, they also have socialized medicine, so it's not like you can go somewhere else to complain.
Yeah, dude, okay, if we do the whole fucking socialized medicine thing, that means I get to see everybody's medical records. I think that's fair. We'll do the Medicare for all. I get to see everybody's I just get to Google their name and see all their health records. How's that sound?
I'm not gonna reveal the specifics of a job I'm doing, but I've actually written proposals for that kind of thing, like serious proposals. Someone's gonna be debating this in a fucking university. Online systems where you can check up medical records that totally will never be hacked or penetrated by anyone.
Wait, just anybody? I mean, I'm saying like I get to do it. I just get to fucking Google my neighbor and see that they had syphilis or whatever.
Yeah, you'll be able to do it through this system.
But anybody, like, just open to the public. I could go to the library, sit my ass down, and be like, Matthew Forney.
You'll need a login, but yeah, you can do it.
But I'm saying the login should be available to every single person. Like, it's like the sex offenders list, how you can just, like, take a look. Except this is just like, I can be like, oh, ooh, somebody got their tonsils out.
Well, it'll be like a county clerk system where you have to create your own login, but like the same public records are available to everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to find out who's got, I plus on the chart, I can see who has the smallest penis.
Yeah, we'll also be able to pull Hunter Biden's toxicology reports.
Assuming that guy is not like a child abuser, he's the fucking man.
Dude, I'm gonna say it right here. Hunter Biden kicks ass. He's awesome.
He's just super rich, just goes around smoking crack, impregnating strippers, and just like banging bitches.
Taking pictures of himself passed out with a crack pipe in his mouth.
Oh man, he's dressed up like fucking Bruce Springsteen and shit. Assuming that it doesn't come out that he like is involved in some weird Chinese pedophile ring stuff and he's just banging of age whores, I'm saying he's the fucking man. I mean, he
seems like the most normal guy in that whole outfit, because what he's doing is shit that like a lot of people would be doing if they had fucking unlimited money.
Yeah, I mean, he just has unlimited fucking money. He's never had to really do anything in his life, you know? He's just like, fuck it. He's like, what, like 48, something like that?
He's got to be like 50.
Yeah, I mean, he's let's see, how old is he? I like you Google him. It's like American lawyer. Yeah, he's 50 years old. There's a picture of him when he's, you know, in his 30s. Looks kind of like a normal guy. And then you got the cool pictures of him where he's like, fuck it, cigarette dangling out of his mouth, sunglasses, fucking, he's got the no shirt with the collar popped, man. That guy's he's the best.
I mean, if I were in his position, I'd be doing a better drug than crack, but yeah, I get the sentiment.
Well, he's probably been doing fucking every drug in the book for, 25, 30 years or whatever. So he's like, that's the only good one that's left. He's like, fuck it. Because the problem with crack is you run out of crack. And the people that, do crack are always real poor and shit. So if he's just sitting on a pile of crack all the time, he just get high on crack all day.
Yeah, I mean, that's the part I question, because like poor people smoke crack because it's like the only thing they can get. You figure a guy of Hunter Biden's wealth would have graduated to cocaine by now.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure he started with cocaine, right? And then he's like, fuck, this doesn't really do it for me anymore. Then he went to crack. There's a major difference. Like, I've never actually done crack, but there's a major difference between cocaine and crack. So cocaine is fucking wonderful, right? But crack is apparently a billion times better, and it's just kind of all at once.
It's got all the fucking chemicals that cut it with to make it more addictive. So yeah, I can see that. Well, it's like the difference between vaping and cigarettes.
It's nothing like that at all. It's frustrating to talk about these things with you sometimes, but it's because it's so condensed and the high is so short. You're getting all of that all at once, and it's fucking sweet. And then there's no kind of come down off of it. It's just, oh shit, I need more crack. So it's way more intense of a high. So it's like, I'm sure he's making his own. I'm sure he's not going, like, well, I got 2 for $5s. They got garbage down the street. I'm sure although if Hunter's like walking through like gritty fucking, taxi driver New York kind of scoring crack, that's even better because he's awesome and fearless. But I'm pretty sure he's probably just making his own crack out of a bunch of coke. So it doesn't.
I doubt it. I doubt it. He's probably having it delivered in a briefcase.
Yeah, it might be. But even then, I'd imagine it's coke.
It's in the family.
Yeah, but yeah. So he's just like, fuck it. So you don't have to worry about never, run. He's never gonna run out. So he can just get that fucking wicked high and just sit around and just fucking, geek out all fucking day on crack.
Actually, I just figured something. I just figured something else. Why he uses crack instead of cocaine? He may not be as rich as people think because, like, apparently Joe Biden takes like 50% of his earnings.
Oh yeah, the big guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, mafias don't actually demand that big of a cut, but
Well, what is it? I don't know, Matt. 50% of what was it? 20 million or $10 million? I mean, shucks. I mean, he's like living in a fucking Motel 8. Just endless supply of crack and whores.
and of course there was that story from last year about how he went to, I think it was Scores once or the Hustler Club, and like the stripper had to go and buy a sex toy from one of the local shops specifically to use on him.
Good for him, dude. He's a
He
man who
he
knows what he
he
likes.
he doesn't want a carrot. He doesn't want a cucumber. He will only use the dragon pill though.
I listen. He's a fearless man who knows what he likes and what he wants out of life. That's it. That's all I can say about him. And he dresses like a fucking cool guy.
Yeah, he could stand to, be better with his computer security. Who knows? Maybe, I mean, crackheads are not exactly known for their attention to detail.
Right.
The only reason we know about this is because he took his computer to a repair shop and just never picked it up.
Which, I mean, he could have forgotten about it. He could have just been like, I'm going to smoke more crack, and then just got more, got another computer or whatever. But what's really weird about it is apparently that guy gave the hard drive to the fucking FBI, and they were like, oh, thanks, and then didn't do anything with it.
Well, of course not.
It just seems like Christopher Wray's got some things to answer for, man.
Did you see the fucking article? I think it was the Daily Beast decided to go track down and bully the owner of the repair shop where the Hunter Biden left his computer.
What?
And they were like, this guy, the repair guy, he was reluctant to talk about us, and he was, worried about his life, and he was worried about threats, and said, God, I can't imagine why he would be.
Yeah, I can't imagine. It's surprising that journalists would go and do that and then put this guy's life at risk. That guy's going to end up dead, is what's going to happen. I mean, he will end up dead from a suicide or something.
Apparently, during the interview, he brought up that who was that? Seth Rich. He brought up Seth Rich. He was afraid he was going to end up like Seth Rich.
Yeah, I mean, he might. Yeah, I would not be surprised if that dude is fucking dead soon. That's what happens all the time. So rough stuff.
Yeah, and he didn't do anything wrong. All he did was he had the misfortune of owning the repair shop that Hunter Biden went to. And the contract that the repair shop stipulates that if you don't pick up your ship within 90 days, it becomes the property of the repair shop.
Yeah, that was like the state law or whatever it was anyway. Somebody was saying this, it was probably Tim Pool or something, that like you own that if it's left there for a year anyway, and that thing was left there for a long time. But yeah, and now they're calling Rudy Giuliani a drunk, which I say irrelevant.
I don't care if he's a drunk. He's fucking awesome.
He's a demented old drunkard for sure, but it doesn't change. It doesn't change anything with this Hunter Biden nonsense. It's definitely an issue. I like the theory that Hunter purposely left it there because he wanted to save America.
This is his redemption arc.
Right?
This is his attempt to rebel.
Yeah, he's just like, my dad can't be president. He'll destroy this great country where I can sit around smoking crack. Let me throw some gum in the works.
Yeah. It's like when fucking what's his face, the Jewish guy who was going to be mayor. Yeah, him, Anthony Weiner, Weiner.
Yeah.
The sex pervert.
Yeah.
Who's now a registered sex offender.
Well, he just cannot stay away from young kids. That's an issue.
And he can't stop sending pictures of his dick to people.
Yeah, kids specifically. Yeah, he's got an issue with that. See, he's not in jail right now, is he? I think he might be still being in jail.
I think he got out. I think he's in a halfway house now.
Oh, yeah. How do you fall that far? Because, see, like, I'm a fucking, a fat, drunk, idiot loser, right? But, like, I never really had that far to fall. I mean, if anything, being a dumb, fat, drunk loser, it's like I've reached the peak of what I'm supposed to be. I don't live in West Virginia. I that's pretty much, I think if you escape that state, you're good. That's kind of it. But, like, if you're like, oh, yeah, I millions of dollars, and then you just piss it away. You just piss it away on dumb bullshit. I don't see how you do that.
Okay, I just looked it up. Anthony Weiner was released from prison in February 2019, and he was released from the halfway house in May of that year. So he's a free man. He's gotta tell all of his neighbors that he's a sex offender, but he's a free man.
Yeah, but the thing is, he probably still lives in, like, he's probably got plenty of money. He lives in, like, a rich area, so it's like all of his neighbors are like, oh, we know. Yeah, we know. We just, do you want to come over?
We're sex offenders ourselves.
Yeah, we just haven't been caught yet. So, no, we're aware. Do you want to come to the barbecue, Anthony? I mean, it's a shame. Just gated pervert communities and shit.
You ever see that movie Weiner about his mayoral campaign? It's fucking hilarious.
It wasn't a Netflix thing.
Yeah. It's funny because like it just captures what a fucking idiot he is.
Yeah, he's a complete doofus.
It's funny because it's like, they started the filmmakers started this with the intention of filming his redemption arc because he was very popular. Like, he was at one point slated very likely to be the next mayor, and then he just got sexting again, and like the whole thing just collapsed in and on itself.
What an odd compulsion. Like, it's just, especially if you're trying to be some public important guy and you're like, all right, Anthony, okay, Tony, come on, we got this, we're gonna turn it all around, just don't do this one fucking thing. And then there he goes.
You had one job.
Yeah, and it was basically, don't send your dick to fucking children, and that's just what he does. And it's not like his fucking it's not like his wife is super ugly.
Well, his wife is a lesbian, so.
That's true. She is probably a lesbian, and that is a shame. But, it's not like his wife's super ugly. It's not like he's not dating Mrs. Schumer. It's...
Well, the thing is, if you watch the movie, it's pretty obvious they have no chemistry whatsoever. Like it's completely... The vibe between them is totally non-sexual.
So what, they're older married people? I mean, that's every older married couple.
Not really, because they didn't get, this was covered when, like, they got married, I think, in 2011. So, like, this is like the first couple of years.
Oh, yeah, so it was kind of one of those, like, let's be rich, powerful people types of deals.
Yeah, just, she needed a beard.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. Being a rich person like that must be hard unless you're like Elon Musk or Donald Trump or something, You just like a rich asshole.
My favorite part of the movie is when Weiner gets into a shouting match with someone at a Jewish deli. Like, he's just shaking hands and shit, and someone yells from the background calling him a scumbag, and like they just get into like a shouting match where he's like, did your rabbi tell you that? Who judges me? Are you my judge? Who's my judge? Talk to your rabbi. That's my judge. Because they're Jews, so they don't take the name of God in vain, so they have to constantly step around that.
Right. Golly.
Apparently, the Jewish guy who was yelling at him was also mad at him for marrying a Muslim.
Okay, that is the coolest Jewish fella. Like, there's some of these fucking, real religious Jews that, like, I can get down on. Like, that guy in New York recently, I forget his last name, but his first name's hilarious. Heshi?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that guy, he's, like, leading all the anti-lockdown stuff. He's, like, beating up journalists.
Burning masks.
Yeah, burning masks, beating up journalists. Like, Heshy is the fucking man. And it was great. There's this thing. He's like, oh, and you keep doing your lockdown thing. And then who's going to be there? Heshy's going to be over there yelling at you. I'm like, you're the best guy. He's the most annoying dude. But I like how he's like, I'm going to weaponize my annoying fucking fat Jewish voice. Heshy's the man.
I'm going to spray so many germs at you while I'm screaming at you.
Heshy rocks, dude. And see, that's also, I say that, and it's also contingent on the fact that Heshy is not a pedophile. There could be some things that Heshy has done that I don't know about. So the same goes for Hunter.
No.
You know.
Yeah.
It's all with a big old asterisk on it. But until then, these people are fucking cool. They're awesome guys.
Yeah. Our support for these heroes of modern day society is contingent on them not being kitty diddlers.
Yeah, which you hate that you have to say that. You know?
Yes.
Because it's like, as soon as you're like, that guy rocks, they're like, yeah, that guy fucks kids. You're like, oh, of course, he has a blue check mark on Twitter. I'm not shocked.
Yeah, there you go.
No, those guys are awesome because it's, what makes somebody fucking sweet is just doing whatever the fuck they want. Like, I gotta get some fucking sunglasses, dude. I gotta get some sunglasses and, like, a leather or denim jacket or something. And then...
You don't have sunglasses?
I do, but they're not, like, cool guy sunglasses. They're more like pompous asshole sunglasses.
Well, they kind of fit your personality.
Yeah, and that's fine. At least I have a personality and sunglasses. That's, you gotta get sunglasses, I think, like bad boy sunglasses. Like, that's the only thing Biden had going for him was the aviators, and then now he's got to wear the mask and shit, and you can't wear the mask with the aviators. It fogs up. It's stupid. That's the only thing he had going for him, and he blew it.
He looks like a villain from Silent Hill.
Well, what part? I mean...
Well, more Resident Evil than Silent Hill.
Yeah, he definitely is zombie-like.
See those pictures of him from a few days ago? Like, just after a few days of campaigning, he looks like he's dead.
Yeah. From what, the past year? Yeah.
Yeah. The liver spots are really evident.
Well, he's just so damn fucking old, man. It's not his fault. Like, you're gonna be all liver spotty, too.
Well, I hope at that stage a political party hasn't trotted me out to win a presidential election.
Oh, I hope the exact opposite. I want us to have fallen so far that they just get you to do this in your old age. They're just, they're like, yeah, he wasn't ever a senator, but let's just get Matt to do it. I will.
Oh, man, now you think about it, that would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it'd be fucking sweet, dude. That's just what we're doing. We're just getting fucking dudes from the internet to be the president.
Yeah, our brains are so liquefied that we can't go 2 sentences without saying the N-word.
That's my country. That's my country, man. That would be fucking awesome.
Vote for me, N-words.
You could win. You could win. And, my vote, at least. I would be out there. I mean, this is funny. I was telling you earlier how great it would be since they're sending Barack over to Pennsylvania to campaign on the 21st. And you should probably tell people all about, because I still don't know about Michigan, but how great it would be if, like, Barack Obama just came out in blackface and was like, come on, I'm the Obama guy.
You mean Joe Biden?
Joe Biden, yeah. Joe Biden comes out blackface. Just blackface. Come on. I'm the Obama guy. And he just...
No more malarkey. I'm the Obama guy.
I'm the Obama guy. He's just in full blackface. Just...
Listen up, Jack. I'm the Obama guy.
Listen here. Beep. I'm the Obama guy. If he just started calling... Hell, he didn't even have to do blackface. If he just started calling himself the Obama guy, I would fucking love it. Like, if it was just like, I'm the Obama guy. He's like screaming at cars now. They're doing these like rallies of people in their cars, and all the cars are honking. And then he's like trying to talk over all the horns as if microphones don't exist. It's fucking terrible.
Hey, I'm the Obama guy. Honk, honk.
But no, have you seen these fucking videos where they have all the cars and they're honking and shit? And he's like trying to talk over the cars honking. Oh, it's fucking brutal, dude. This is fucking bullshit. On the other end,
all 10 cars.
yeah, man, goddamn.
And you see, the cars are socially distancing, so they don't get coronavirus.
Oh god. Yeah. Oh god, it just makes me want to fucking die, Matt. Like, it's on the other end. Who do you have? Just some asshole billionaire, who's done a good job for a Republican president for 4 years. Fine, and I like Trump, but let's just be honest about what he is. He's just an asshole billionaire. Like, it's a stupid fucking country.
I love all the videos of Trump dancing now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he does that after every rally.
He's been dancing a ton. Well, I think he's still on the steroids.
Well, it's a nice contrast. You got Trump there fucking dancing on stage, and you got Biden who can barely stand up.
It's definitely funny, and I'm sure he knows that, his team knows that, somebody has explained it, but he is dancing after every fucking rally now. And it's weird. It's just hilarious, but it's fucking goofy as shit. Oh god. I was thinking though, I'm not sure if maybe I just told Erica this, but I was laughing about the fact that Trump's on the steroids and shit now. What if he like just fucking Crispin Walled his family in the White House? Oh goddamn! He's just fucking cross-face crippler's Baron, which would be impossible to do that kid's too tall, but he just fucking Benoit's his whole family. They're just a Bowflex and shit. Oh, goddamn! Lays little MAGA hats down next to him.
Oh, it'd be so fucking great.
It's fucking brutal, dude.
Just the entire family. It's all choreographed.
Oh goddamn!
They got Baron up in the front doing some breakdancing.
Oh man. So yeah, why? Sell me on the whole Trump's gonna get Michigan.
If you follow the accounts like Cato Gottfried, and I think there's another one called Real American Politics and J5 Killer, we have early voting data now from a lot of these states because people are voting early because social distancing, and we know from a revealed preference and from actual polls that the majority of Democrats are going to do their voting early by mail, and the majority of Republicans are going to do the majority of their voting. Are going to do their voting in person on election day. So you'd figure that if Biden was going to win this, there'd be a huge blowout in favor of Dems in early voting. There is no blowout. Let me pull up the statistics. But in Michigan, I think it's like 40% of Democrats and 40% of Republicans have already returned early voting ballots by mail. That's not good for the Democrats. If they're already if the best they can do is draw even right now, because again on election day it's almost certainly going to be primarily Republicans voting.
Well, yeah, I mean I could see that. I'm wondering though. I mean, the Democrats have been pivoting away from the mail-in voting thing. How effective do you think that that's actually going to be? I mean, it's been the past few weeks. I don't know how long, depending on the state, how long the mail-in shit has been going, and that's been going pretty terribly. There's been a lot of negative news about it.
Well, in a lot of states, like early voting already began like in early September, so like it's already too late.
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, I see where you're coming from. I just, Michigan seems like a tough one. I mean, I think Pennsylvania is definitely one to look at, but I think that we've got, at least a fighting chance there if they're sending Obama out there. Obviously, Florida and Ohio, I think, are safe for Trump. But I don't know. It'd be great. I mean, it'd absolutely be great. I'm not as worried about Arizona as a lot of other people are. And I don't think that Trump gets Nevada. But, yeah, I don't know.
Let me give you an update. I just got the Michigan data in front of me. 41% of Republicans have returned their ballots. 39% of Democrats.
Okay. So, well, there you go then. I mean, that's just a couple of percent.
But it should be something like 60-40 in favor of the Democrats. The Republicans shouldn't have an advantage.
How many of these people are just not going to the Democrats are just not going to fucking vote, though? Like we were listening to that.
Ton of people are not going to vote.
Yeah, because we were listening to that fucking Virgil, Texas, and that one ex-Bernie campaign person harass a 91-year-old Noam Chomsky for, an hour. And those people, by the way, I just want to say, those people suck. Go and listen to that thing. It's fucking boring. But at the beginning of their thing, they talk shit on Noam Chomsky while he's not there. Then they do the thing where Noam Chomsky's fucking
We won
boring.
the argument.
Yeah, and then they were like, and we won this argument and all of that, which is that's a butthole way to, to do things. Just thought it was rude. But, I don't think they had really much of a discussion, to be honest. They just kept both saying the same thing for an hour. And it's yep, he's a 91-year-old man.
I was gonna listen to you riff on it, but then I fell asleep. So
yeah, well, it's just fucking boring. It was just boring as all hell. All they did was Noam Chomsky was you've got to go and vote for the guy who's not Donald Trump because otherwise he's gonna blow up the world. And then they go, well, if we just keep voting for the guy who's not the Republicans, how are the Democrats ever going to take us seriously? And he's like, that's your job as a protester. You just have to go and vote for the guy who's not, Donald Trump. And then you need to convince people through the activism. And then it just kept going round and round and round. And then the Virgil, Texas and that one broad both just said, and we whipped that 91-year-old man's ass. And I'm like, neither one of you have done anything substantial in your lives. I mean, I at least respect Chomsky for,
Virgin Texas's whole fucking shtick is just whining about people online. That guy used to harass me years ago.
Oh, Justin Cass? Yeah, he's a dork.
That's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a fucking dweeb. His whole thing was dredging up misogynistic things. I said, this was 2013. I had said years ago, and haha, this guy's an asshole. I enjoy watching that man in pain.
I don't know,
but he has no substantive body of work. Chomsky, he's written books. He's a linguist. He has actual education. All Virgin Texas does is just fucking emote online.
Yeah, I don't really know that much about the guy other than just some tweets that I had said. And out of all the Chapo people, I kind of like him the best. But just why are you gonna dunk on an old man that's not there?
That's a very low bar.
Yeah.
The Chapo guys I like the best.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't particularly I've listened to a couple episodes, and that's when there's people on there that I like. And it's just still oh, you're just a bunch of fucking shitty Brooklynite DSA people. You stink. You suck, dude. I don't like you.
Bunch of washed up Gen X trust funders.
Yeah, they got more money than me. So, God bless them. Capitalism works, but, what are you going to do? I just didn't
And the main host is a fucking cripple.
That is true. He is, he does have trouble walking. But, I mean, he seems like he's fun to drink with. We'll say that. He seems like he's real fun to fucking drink with. I would definitely get blackout with him.
He'd be fun to drink with up until a certain point. Then going by his online behavior, he just becomes despondent and suicidal.
Yeah. It's like my online behavior. Yeah. He sounds really fucking fun to drink with.
Okay, I can see the appeal for you. Well, I'm recalling the meltdown he had 2 years ago when he started, Democrats suck, kill yourself and everyone around you, there is no hope.
Yeah, I wore my D live stream 3 fucking days ago.
Really?
Yes, I'm always yelling about how everyone should kill themselves. I mean, this guy sounds sweet. Now, the thing is, it would be an issue if we run out of beer. I'd be like, listen, I'll just run to the store and get it because you're going to just drag me down. Like, we got to walk. We're too drunk. But, I mean, I can only make fun of a guy for having a really terrible, obnoxious limp for so long. I don't know. I don't know enough about these guys other than they're, just socialist dweebs.
I'm guessing you've never met them or anything.
Well, there was Will Medeker, Matt Chrisman, and then Felix, whatever his name is. Yeah, Felix Biederman. They were at CPAC, and every time they walk around, I would go, "Hey, it's the Chapo guys!" And then one time, like the third time this happened, Matt Chrisman goes, "You're goddamn right," and I'm like, "Oh." You're a fucking loser. Because it was the dweebiest response. You should just ignore me. I'm clearly fucking making fun of you. You're goddamn right. Like, okay, dorks. But dorks are going to be dorks, man. Let them nerd it up. I don't give a shit.
I'm just visualizing you just sliding past them, just yelling, "It's the Chapo guys!"
Yeah, I was just standing around drinking beers and walking around with Erica at fucking CPAC sucks. But I'll never go to another one of those.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't sound very fun. It didn't sound like a very good use of money.
No, dude, it was super fucking expensive. Like, it's like, oh yeah, $350 for, I think it was. It was like, that's each. And that's not counting travel, hotel, fucking, all of this shit. It costs a fortune. And it's cold as shit. They're like, let's have this in February. Why?
It's in DC. It's not that cold, is it?
It was cold, man. It was fucking cold.
I mean, you're coming from Cincinnati, so it's like I imagine it'd be a little warmer.
No, I don't think it was. I just remember it was cold. I hated it. I didn't like it. I'm much more of a. I haven't worn socks for months.
Why?
I wear sandals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just been wearing sandals.
Yeah, and I forgot it's been summer, so you can get away with that.
Yeah, and then in early there were like all the shutdowns and stuff. It was like, okay, it was still kind of cold. Well, I had nowhere to go, so just wore sandals.
I used to go around barefoot too, but I stopped doing that years ago, and I don't entirely sure why. So I always wear socks.
Yeah, nah. I'm anti-socks now. I'm a sandal guy.
I don't own a pair of sandals.
I only have the one pair, but they're pretty good. I like them. They're comfortable. Don't have to wear socks. Socks. I mean, it's just this fucking extra step. Like if I could have shoes that I could put on like socks, now think of that. Right.
Well, I'm sure those exist. I mean, Roger Stone has bragged about how he, has not worn socks since the 70s.
Yeah, but he probably just wears like shoes that don't require socks, like old guy shoes.
Well, you're becoming an old guy. You'll be able to pull that look off soon enough.
I'm trying to. I want to. I think it'll be good. I'll just, The thing is, like, I'm still going to have like this weird, like, fat, like child's face when I'm like 50. It'll look like you just took a normal person's face and then put it in the face app to make him a child. Everything else about me is just old and shitty, and then there's just like this
this cherubic face.
Yeah, I don't know what that word means, but this probably nailed
it. It means like an angel, like a fat chubby angel.
Yeah, I can see that. Just like I barely have any laugh lines or crow's feet or anything. It's all just like smooth, smooth skin. The rest of my body will look like my balls do now, and I'll just like have this fucking annoying face.
It's just beautiful image.
Yeah, dude. I can't wait until like I get like droopy dude tits, like the ones that are just like, they're just like fucking skin. Gravity is just fucking destroying your body, and you're like, ugh. That'll be fun. And then I just still, look like an emoji face.
Yeah, go around with your shirt open.
Yeah, oh, I will, dude, because I'm going to be rocking the Hunter Biden style by then. I'm going to have the fucking, the denim jacket, collar pop, no shirt. I mean, when I was in Reno, I was rocking the open Hawaiian a bunch, which is good.
Yeah, just going around golf courses and beaches, with a cigarette out of your mouth, dangling out of your mouth.
Yeah, with just like those like fat gray stomach hairs, on just like my distended gut, just the rock hard fucking natty light dad gut, and just like fucking gray fucking shitty hairs all over my stomach. Aviators, obviously. I'm still gonna I'll still have the undercut, but my hairline will finally have receded a little bit, and I just kind of go around fucking smoking cigarillos and shit, drinking whatever the new beers are, because I'll keep up with that. That's the one thing that I'll keep up with. Nothing else in life, but I'll just know what the new beers are, what the kids are drinking.
Yeah, you'll have like you'll have whatever the equivalent of White Claw is in 10 years, but you'll still be listening to stuff from the aughts.
Yeah, dude. And then there'll be youngins around. I'll have I'll have a smart car. It'll be a classic car by then. And the kids will pull up or whatever, and I look ridiculous cuz I'm listening to classical music, but it's just really just dubstep. It's just DJ Rusko. They're like, "Oh, what a dork." I'm like, going fucking 400 miles an hour, because I imagine by then cars will be a lot faster too. So but that'll still be not speeding. I'll be the only guy that's not in a self-driving car, keeping it old school.
Yeah, you'll be the only one who isn't crashing or blowing up mysteriously.
The blowing up mysteriously is something that I think that, yeah, I don't like that. But they can do that with any car. Because didn't they kill that, who was that one journalist that they pretty much definitely, it's known that somebody hacked his car and drove into a tree?
Someone in California, I think. I forget his name.
Yeah. I always want to say it's the guy who made Reddit, but it's not him. He killed himself on just normal terms.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but the name isn't coming to me.
Yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame. You listen to that. Big deal at the time, kind of, and then if you just ignore it long enough or make up more bullshit. What if Donald Trump was a complete op to make us forget everything that was leading up to this? Make us forget 9/11. They were like, people on the internet seem to be catching up to 9/11. And then they were like, okay, send in Donald Trump.
Seems like the poison is worse. The cure is worse than the poison in that case.
I'm just saying, that might be it. That might be it. They sent in Donald Trump because we were getting too close to the truth with the loose change.
People are following that Snowden guy. We can't have that.
Yeah.
Get out Donald Trump.
And yeah, they call him. He's a sleeper cell, a Manchurian candidate. They're like, all right.
Well, you'll note that nobody cares about that stuff anymore. No one cares about spying. No one cares about the NSA. In fact, there are whole sections of the population that want to enhance it with a little thing called contact tracing.
Oh yeah, that's fucking beautiful. Yeah. How did that fucking happen? It's bizarre. Just in fucking, well, I guess really less than 10 years. In less than 10 years, people were worried about all the spying and stuff, and then now contact tracing. You're an asshole if you don't want the contact tracing shit. How did that? I mean, what is that term called? This was a hyper normalization. Is that am I using that the right way?
Yeah.
How is that? I don't think we're crazy people on that regard. In that, I do remember an anti-war, anti-spying Democrat Party, and then the Republicans going, we want to spy on you, and the Democrats were lying about how much they wanted to spy on you, but they voted for the Patriot Act anyway. But they at least tried to lie to you better. Was I dumber? Or were they better at it? Or was it a combination of both? Or, like, I don't know how that happened, because I thought, like, well, the Republicans definitely want to spy on me. The Democrats, at least, well, nope, they are spying on. They all voted for the Patriot Act. That's not good. I like Ron Paul. But, like, that was, you know, you remember when the Dixie Chicks were publicly shamed for not supporting the war and shit?
No, not they're just the chicks now. You have to remember that part.
No, I'm never going to lose that, because they can still get my Dixie! Penis. I mean penis. They can still, I would fuck them.
Okay.
Wouldn't you?
But yeah, I remember all this very clearly. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure it wasn't a hallucination.
I think maybe our attention spans have just kind of been depleted a little bit, because I immediately just started looking at pictures of the Dixie Chicks while you were talking.
They gotta be in their 50s by now.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure one of them's a lesbian. They don't look great, but, you know. I'm getting older, too. They can get it. You know, they're famous. They could probably buy me stuff that I like. All I have to do is be like, yeah, Black Lives Matter, and then they can buy me stuff.
Yeah, all this shit happened, and like now there's like really no opposition to any of it. We just accept it as a normal fact of life. Eventually, we'll all need the fucking app to track our movements in order to leave our houses. I'm sure they're already doing that in some countries.
Well, the thing is, they're already doing that anyway with data collection, and people are making a ton of money from it. Everything that you have on your phone, all of that, you're making tons of companies a shit ton of money, because they are tracking everywhere you go, what your sleeping habits are, what things you like, how long you'll like look at a photo so they can advertise things to you. They listen in on you, all of that stuff.
Yep. All porn fetishes.
Yeah, everything. Absolutely everything. Everything. The porn stuff, I don't know how valuable it is. It probably is. I don't know, into what they market towards you. People are making a fuck ton of money off of that. So they're already tracking your every goddamn movement. You know, the phone is kind of the worst thing. And it makes you angry. It's just a fucking triangle that makes you goddamn mad. Unless you're a cool guy like me, who, like, I get mad at real life interactions now. Like, I'm just mad at how many, like, disabled people are working at the restaurants that I like to go to. That's what I get mad about now. Like, I check the news.
I'm just visualizing you, like, going to fucking Denny's and complaining about, like, is that a retard in the kitchen?
Well, no, I don't complain. I just note it. And I'm like, I don't like that very much. You know, they're taking a while. I'm hungry.
You sit there waiting for your grand slam, grinding your teeth into a fine dust.
Yeah. I mean, it makes me, annoyed. The Rock and Roll McDonald's, like, that's ridiculous. How is that not a fucking TV show? They just have a whole McDonald's entirely staffed by tards. I get it. TARs need jobs too. I understand that. I'd rather them work than be, on government assistance and stuff. But they are on government assistance, and McDonald's gets a break for hiring them and stuff. At no point does this make my egg and cheese biscuit come to me any faster at any better quality. And that's what's annoying to me. I feel like capitalism is working against me now because of, it's true. It is. Every time it makes me second guess capitalism. Every time I see one of these fucking retards give me a half cold goddamn sandwich.
Bryden, you're finally realizing the truth, that the game was rigged from the start.
No, I think that you're misunderstanding the real truth, which is that I'm not really sure everybody should have kids.
Okay, antinatalist.
Hey, I guess if that's the thing. And here's the thing, too. All of these fucking retards I see working, they're white. So I don't know where that leaves me. All the tards, I never see a black tard working. Never see a Hispanic or Asian tard working. Actually, I've never seen a retarded Hispanic or an Asian. Well, that's weird. I gotta go find a fucking Down syndrome Asian friend. But, all the tards I see working are white. So I don't know. I don't know where that leaves me. I'm just saying, if I order a sandwich for $2.49, I want it Just quick as hell. Chop, chop, little onion. Let's get it over here.
Yeah, I can understand that. As for the absence of retarded minorities, that might just be an income thing.
They just don't hire minorities. So, like, it's actually proof of racism.
No, they just don't count them.
Oh, dude.
No, no, it's, think about it. It's all these retarded kids. They probably come from upper middle class, household. The neurotic white parents putting them in special classes and all that. You're a poor person. You don't got time for that shit. Little retardos gotta get a job like everybody else, or get on the government dole like everybody else. And if you don't like it, you got a belt.
I could see that. Yeah, like fucking, middle class liberal white women being like, and little Johnny's gonna work just like everybody else. He's completely fine, and it's like, meanwhile, I'm sitting in the fucking drive-thru forever going like, would it have been quicker if I went to the lobby? It was, 2 cars ahead of me, man. McDonald's has 2 fucking drive-thrus. I thought they had figured this out, but no. It's just, it's a nightmare. I don't know. I only see I don't know. I don't mean to sound cold. I'm sorry. I don't mean to sound like my McDonald's sandwich the other day, but maybe I get what I want because I contribute to society, and we can teach them they can do murals or something. Have them go fucking draw George Floyd at an inner city wall somewhere, okay? Because I've seen some of those murals and they don't look great.
I remember a group home in my hometown. This is like a decade and a half ago. Was going to start introducing retards to sex and relationships.
Oh, good. Why? Oh, neat. Why?
That's not the worst thing I've ever seen. You ever browse eFucked?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Like a decade ago, they had a video about like a dude, a literally mentally retarded dude, who quote ate pussy like a golden retriever, and like they showed a little porn clip of him. This guy was so retarded. Like the clip they showed was of like the money shot, and this guy was so retarded he didn't know how to jerk himself off. Another girl had to do it for him.
No. It sounds like he's, is awesome. And he's like, I don't know how to make myself come. I guess you have to do it for me.
No. His brain wasn't even operating on that level because, like, part of the clip was like an interview with him, and like the interview asked him, "When was the last time you had sex?" And he just like drooled, and like they put a little funny clip over it. That does not compute.
How is that not fucking illegal as shit? That sounds like it should be illegal. Holy fuck. Yeah, that's
well,
rough.
he's not the only one. There was a case of Hannah Hayes a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah, I remember her. She was,
with the emotional support lizard.
Yeah. I briefly remember that. I don't remember the lizard thing. I just remember she was real brain dead.
Yeah, well, the whole thing that got everyone's attention was that like she was crying on a YouTube video because the director of the porn movie she was in wouldn't allow her to have her emotional support lizard on set.
It just seemed porno sets seem kind of like an anything goes type of deal. It seems like you could maybe there's laws, like if they got raided, they're like, "What are you doing with that lizard?" So I could see that.
I doubt it was laws. It was just like this is. I doubt this was a situation they had ever encountered before.
Yeah, you got to think about it at any other type of job too. Like if somebody's like, "I need to bring my lizard to work," it's like, no, you don't. So no, that's fucking weird. You keep the lizard at home, and then we'll just do work, and then you go home, do whatever you want with the fucking lizard.
Yeah, I know. I'm not trying to parse this out too logically. That was the thing that was the claim to fame she had. And then she recorded a video suddenly. She's like, "I'm happy in porn. You don't need to worry about me."
Okay. Okay. She won't be alive much longer, I'm sure. Then, a lot of them don't make it that long. Retards and porn stars is what I mean.
Well, I mean, I'm sure this retard has already been introduced to the glories of intravenous drugs. So,
Well, don't bash intravenous drugs. I mean, beats doing porn. You got to put something in you. Better a needle than a dick. That's what I always say. Of course, one tends to lead to the other. Oh, man. So, I got to piss. You want to do the Terror House news?
News. Yes. Go piss. Um, we've had a change of schedule due to various things going on at Terror House. Those of you who are anticipating the Last Century by Mikhail Drozdovsky, that has been delayed to November. I deeply apologize for this. However, this month we will be releasing Lost Violent Souls by Andy Nowicki, collection of short stories, one of which is about the Kennedy assassination. Many of you are familiar with Nowicki's work. He republished two of his books, Columbine Pilgrim and Under the Nihil. Lost Violent Souls will be out on October 30th. We'll be having an interview with Andy Nowicki coming up in the very near future. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I highly recommend you all, check it out. Subscribe to our newsletter. Follow us on Twitter and Telegram and Instagram for updates about the Last Century and our other books. We may have a book coming up from a celebrity in the sphere that you all know. He might be putting out a book of us. I'm not going to reveal who it is just yet because we're working the details out. But we got exciting things coming. Sorry?
It's Jack Posobiec.
No way.
I'm sorry I ruined the surprise for you. Go ahead with the rest of the news, but it's Jack Posobiec.
It is not Jack Posobiec.
Roger Stone and Jack Posobiec, they write a gay fan fiction of Mike Pence and Donald Trump called Melania Gets to Watch, a love story.
It's not that, but it was a funny joke.
Should be if anybody wants to get published.
No, I refuse to work with Jack Posobiec. He has no artistic taste.
I don't know enough about him.
Well, you don't know Agent Poso?
No, I've just seen a couple pictures of it. It seems hilarious, but nobody's liked me enough to turn me into a fucking James Bond character comic. It
wasn't a case of anybody liking Posobiec. It's something he came up with himself. So you could do this too. Just make a self-insert comic book about yourself, Bryden.
I should do that. That'd be awesome. Yeah. Yeah, dude. And I'm just going around beating up people or whatever, and it's just
no. It's gotta incorporate suffering from your biography. So I don't know, you're some kind of supernatural comedian who causes people to spontaneously combust for the power of your jokes.
No, I was thinking more it would be I hit people with my beer belly.
That could also work.
I did have a long time ago. I had a comic book character called Dubstep Man, and he wobble based people. And then what was that? One game made a dubstep gun, and I was like, oh, good. I never need to even try to do that. Somebody already did it for me. That's all I wanted.
Yeah, you got idea cooked.
No, I mean all I wanted to see somebody make a dubstep gun, and then Saints Row did it and was like, oh, good, I don't have to do that then because somebody already did it. I mean, it's kind of like if beer wasn't invented, I would have had to invent it, but beer exists, so I don't have to do it.
Yeah, it's like the diarrhea gun from Transmetropolitan.
Never played that. Sounds gross. Was taking a drink when you said it.
Transmetropolitan was a comic book.
Now, did it give you diarrhea, or did it shoot diarrhea?
No, it was designed to stimulate the bowels of whoever it was pointing at. On the lowest setting, it would just make them fart, and on the highest setting, it would cause a total anal prolapse.
Well, I was thinking on the lowest setting, you go to Pulse nightclub, and you're the fucking most popular guy. I mean, it sounds like a pretty sweet gun. You just that is that's how you win the gay vote. Is you just show up at rallies and you're like, there you go. This is republicanism.
It's the portable reusable popper.
Dude, I've never done poppers. Apparently they just like aren't that fun if you're just trying to get high from them. Like they just make
Well,
you feel really anxious.
well, their main purpose is loosening up your sphincter muscles.
Right, but they also used them in It's Always Sunny. You know, to like wake Mac up because he was all had a concussion and shit.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I can't imagine that great. And aside from their utilitarian purpose, they probably aren't that popular.
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 There you go. There's got to be a brand called Popular Poppers.
I mean, do they have brands? I mean, I assume this shit is highly illegal.
No, I don't think they're illegal. You can probably get them anywhere, right? It's just like smelling salts, basically, right? But it's different.
Well, they're like, a prescription. I'd be guessing.
Alkaline nitrates. Are poppers legal? They're legal in Australia. I don't know. Legal in a country that matters, please. Yeah, they're legal. Yeah, you can buy them online and at porn shops. Yeah, because it's just like a jar. Yeah, it's just like a jar of shit that you smell.
They're illegal in Canada. How gay.
Everything's illegal in Canada. Which doesn't... somebody... Okay, if you're a Canadian listener, you've got to get it together. You've got to launch a campaign saying that poppers being illegal is discriminating against the gay community.
That would probably work.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember this was in a Common Filth video. It was about the Australian police seizing like a shit ton of meth, and the person talking about this said this is a hate crime against the LGBT community.
You gotta love that type of logic. Like, what were those trees? I think it was in New York or whatever that got cut down because dudes kept cruising over there.
That was in Britain, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but they were like, yeah, this is bad against the LGBT. I'm like, they've got places to go. Dude, you want to go have some gay sex at home, but like you can't,
It's illegal for straight people to have public sex too.
Yeah, you can't, you can't you can't do that. Like especially with like all the apps that are around and stuff. You can meet up somewhere. You don't have to go be in the trees.
Yeah, go do it in a restroom stall or something.
I don't support that. It's still public and like, I mean, it would be funny, while you're trying to take a shit or whatever, and then you just hear a guy. You're like, damn, that must be a rough shit. Oh, okay, that's apparently a good shit. Was it a rough? Are you okay in there? Just making all kinds of dude noises.
Yeah, I mean there are sickos on Tumblr who are like compiling all the best public restroom cruising spots in London and other cities.
That's fucking awesome.
Rated by like how often people go use them, so you don't get detected, how easy they are to get to, how much space they have.
But it didn't, like, that whole thing, that whole kind of, like, the whole cruising deal came from, like, you had to be, like, super secretive, Like, now it's just, nobody cares if you're a gay guy. So, I don't see why that needs to... It's like people trying to...
selling point.
Well, see, that it's what it is kind of like, it's kind of like kids today trying to keep punk rock alive. Like it's just an annoying thing that it's like, yeah, okay. Because it used to be these guys had wives and they were pastors and, business owners and shit like that. And then, all of that shit. They didn't have the grinders. What are they doing now? Now it's just got to be a public sex fetish. It's got to be that.
Yeah, it's exhibitionism.
Yeah. See, and if you're into that, then just go to they've got parties for that. There's whole fucking groups of people that do that type of stuff, but you can't do it at the Denny's.
Yeah, don't do it at the Denny's or in the Tube or at a museum.
Well, I mean, I think you could do it in a museum. I mean, nobody's fucking there. Who the fuck goes to museums?
Yeah, one of the cruising spots listed was like a art museum in London.
Yeah. I mean, it's empty as hell. As long as there's nobody, there. I mean, shit. Maybe they ought to turn it into a fucking it's like, oh yeah, during the day we've got dinosaurs and the Mona Lisa, and at night it's just a gay club where guys jack each other off, and it's like, well, at least you're finally making some money. You can get off of the government.
That's already been done. It's called a museum of sex.
But that's probably boring, because they're
Yeah,
like,
I've been there. It's not that great. It's in New York City.
I want to go to that Jim Crow museum.
There's a Jim Crow museum?
Yeah. Well, I think we talked about it a couple episodes ago.
Now I remember.
Yeah, I want to go. I've been looking at that stuff to buy, but I gotta save all my money and shit because I gotta fucking move in soon, which is fucking all well and good. Here's the real selling point, Matt. This is gonna be great. I get to live in a smaller apartment that costs more.
That sounds incredible.
Yeah, it's fucking great. It's gonna be really fun. How
much smaller?
No, I mean not much, but it's still, it costs a lot more. I'm like, oh, good. Yeah, that's great. That's what I really want. My life is gonna be exactly the same. My life will be exactly the fucking same, except more expensive.
Will you at least importantly have an office where you can?
Yeah, that's all the same. Yeah, that's all the same.
Nice.
That's all the same. That's what I got going on now. All of that's the same. Everything will be the same, except it costs me more to be there. Because Erica wants to sit on the couch and eat potato chips in Florida instead of Ohio. So, that'll be great. I'm sure we will not go anywhere or do anything in Florida instead of Ohio. It's going to be a fucking hoot, let me tell you, because it costs me significantly more.
Well, think about this, Bryden. You and Erica won't have to defrost your car or warm it up or dig snow out of the driveway to all the glory spaces that you're not going in Florida.
Yeah, it's not really worth that much to me. It's not worth that much to me. I mean, now, granted, if the entire country decides to riot after the election, then I'll be like, cool, I'm in Florida, that's nice. Because it doesn't seem like there'll be much of that going on there since DeSantis decided, basically, he's like, oh, you want to riot? We'll just shoot at you then. Which is pretty neat. But then that could be a bad thing.
Well, I mean, you'll have to deal with the occasional hurricane or crazy woman stripping on the roof of someone's car, but it seems like a pretty good trade-off.
Nah, see, that's the other thing. I don't like this whole hurricane deal. Erica acts like hurricanes aren't a huge fucking deal. She's like, oh yeah, they're fun. Huh? The power goes out, and I'm like, yeah, fucking 9 times a fucking year. Great. Hurricanes, cool. Yeah,
power only goes out 9 times a year. That's pretty good.
It just I've been in Orlando for a fucking hurricane. I forget the name of it, and they're fun to visit. Hurricanes are fun to visit, but Jesus fucking Christ, that's nothing. There's no natural disasters in Cincinnati. There's none. The natural disaster is the population of Cincinnati.
I was about to make that joke.
It's just this is what happens. But I mean, I don't know. I just don't see the whole point. It's rough. But who knows? Maybe there's going to be mass riots and all of that shit. Because I sent you that website that was it protectthevote.com.
Oh shit! I shamefully didn't click on it.
It's just they're scheduling a bunch of protests on November 4th. In case let me bring it up. The exact. Protecttheresults.com. All right, 16 days, 11 hours, 8 minutes until Election Day. And we are building a coalition of voters ready to mobilize if Donald Trump refuses to accept the results of the 2020 presidential election. Listen to the wording of that. If Donald Trump refuses to accept the results of the 20... So they're just saying it's a foregone conclusion that Joe Biden is going to win.
That's pretty ambitious.
right? So let's say he, I don't know. Let's say it needs to go to court and Biden is, Biden wins on election night and then they decide to take it to court. Well, they're just going to riot. What do you think that they're going to do with all this organizing they've done if Donald Trump blows them out on election night? They're still going to go. They're going to have all of these things. People are going to be all antsy with, they're wanting to go and do shit. There's 191 events. 191 events that they have. Now, this could be like, you remember after the, what was that last Broward County shooting thing? They had all this no guns protest stuff. I actually went to one over in Cleveland or Columbus, something like that, expecting there to be something there, and there wasn't. They just canceled it once I was already there. So I'd imagine half of these, won't even happen. But there's one in Cincinnati,
Yeah, there aren't that many in Florida. There's only like 4 in Florida.
Yeah.
One in Tampa, one in Miami, one in West Palm Beach, and one in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah. Oh, there's 2 more since I looked at it this morning.
Ooh, yeah, they're being real ambitious.
Yeah.
You want to know what? Want to know what state doesn't have any?
Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana.
West Virginia.
West Virginia doesn't. Kentucky has
nothing. I mean, as far as I can tell, they're just going to riot in their own hood. So, have fun with that. You can protest. You can protest the fascism of Donald Trump by burning cities full of Biden supporters to the ground.
Yeah, I still don't like that. I've never liked that argument when all of these riots were going on. People were just like, yeah, it's awesome. They're just, there's normal ass fucking people in these cities that are like getting fucked over by this. They're small business owners. They're, just normal fucking people that totally get fucked over by this. I don't want massive violence all across the country just because these people lose a fucking election because they're assholes, because they riot and do all this crazy crap. Most people are normal fucking people. You know that.
Yeah.
Even the Democrats, a lot of them are just normal fucking people. Unless you're talking to liberal white women, like normal Democrats. You'd meet like fucking normal Democrat guys who are just like normal. And by normal, I mean not ready to start throwing bricks or like get mad at you. I mean, people that would just be like, well, I disagree.
Some of these events are listed as count every vote for some reason.
There might be a collection then of different, little organizations, because there's obviously all these progressive organizations that have been going on for a while. So I mean, I'd imagine a lot of them have been kind of leading up to this for a while. They were going to do it no matter what, but now they've got like a site where they can organize on.
Cool. It'll make the RICO indictments that much more easier.
Yeah, right. It'd be nice, but if they ever start doing the RICO thing, that it's going to be horribly executed, and they're going to miss a bunch of people that should be, and then get a bunch of people that shouldn't be.
Of course.
Like, how many times is fucking, the FBI, arresting Gilbert Grape? Like, it's fucking retarded. They're gonna round up the whole rock and roll McDonald's because somebody passed around a unionization flyer there. Like, it's not great. There's no winning it, man. There's no winning it. I don't know how hard it is to just like, if somebody gets picked up for fucking, fighting a cop, that you don't just go, well, we don't let them out a week later, if that days later,
Oh, speaking of fighting cops, did you see that story out of Anchorage?
No.
Fucking hilarious. The mayor of Anchorage, Alaska, resigned because he had been having a sexting relationship with a TV anchor from one of the local news.
Oh, yes.
She posted well, first off, she was apparently dating this sexting thing happened a while back. She was dating the station manager, and they had an argument, and he told her not to come back to the station. So she came back anyway. He called the police. Police showed up. This woman, this TV anchor, attacked the cop. And then when she was arrested, they had to put her in full body restraints because she was trying to kick the back windshield out of the cop car out with her heels.
Jesus.
She was released on bail, and then she sent a voicemail to the mayor threatening to kill him, calling him out for being Jewish and a Zionist. And then she started posting pictures of his ass on Facebook, his naked ass.
Oh no, dude, you can't trust these hoes. Oh no. Why is he sending pictures of his ass to her though?
Seems to be into some fucked up shit. She also accused him of being a pedophile.
Uh-oh. Well, we got to find out about
there's
that
been
one.
no there's been no proof of that emerging, but then again he resigned, so
Well, I mean, I think you kind of have to resign once the town's seen your butt. Like, you can't. Like nobody's gonna take you seriously because they've seen your butt. Just those are the rules. I think it's somewhere in the Anchorage charter, I believe. Mayor's butt must always be covered, but that's the ultimate. Yeah, that's the number one rule of politics is cover your ass. And he didn't do it. That's I'm not sure if that is an incident of dudes rocking or that's a crazy fucking bitch. I think it might be both. That's pretty incredible, but goddamn, what a crazy broad.
yeah, she in that voicemail she also threatened to kill him and his wife.
Yeah. That's a crazy broad, but he sounds pretty rocking. He's just banging because it's Anchorage. What, they have one TV station? They're like, oh,
it's actually
Wales.
It's actually a fairly big city. It's about like 300,000 people.
But 300,000 people doing what though? Hunting whales.
Oil industry.
Yeah. Whale oil. Yeah, you're right.
And cruise ships, which they're not doing that right now.
No, they're not. I don't know. I mean, it sounds to me like that bitch is fucking insane. She just burnt down two men's life. Two powerful men's lives. That's pretty it's pretty funny, I gotta say. But no, I didn't hear anything about that because I often forget that Alaska itself exists.
Alaska's a pretty cool state.
I named 3 things that's cool about it.
Denali,
Don't know what that
the
is.
pipeline. It's Mount McKinley.
Oh, okay. Mountains. There's mountains plenty of places, dude. Why am I impressed with a mountain? What's it do?
It's the tallest mountain in North America.
So what? I mean, that doesn't mean that that one Chinese guy in the NBA is the tallest Chinese guy that anybody's ever seen. I'm not that impressed with him.
Well, it's fucking beautiful. You can scale it and say that you've climbed one of the tallest mountains in the world.
Why would I do that?
Because it's fun.
I don't think that cold and climbing sounds fun. Is there a bar up there? Is there a bar up there where it's free?
Yes, there is a bar.
Is there a bar? Okay, that is pretty cool.
I don't think it's free, but there is a bar.
If there's a bar up there, that is actually pretty cool. That does sound like the coolest mountain.
Yeah, but there's Mount McKinley. There's the pipeline, which is pretty cool.
Wait, hold on.
And there's whales.
Hold on. There's a mountain with a bar on top of it called McKinley.
No.
It's an Irish mountain with a bar on
it. I don't think the bar is called McKinley. Maybe it is.
Yeah, but if the mountain is called McKinley, it's an Irish mountain, and it's the only mountain that I know of with a bar on top of it.
It's an Irish mountain. There you go.
That's fucking ridiculous. How is this not? And well, you know what? Fine, we won't rename that, but that one place, Inward Head Mountain, doesn't get to be renamed either, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Mountains can be racist. I identify as a mountain.
Yeah, there's actually a mountain in Western Maryland called the other N word. The one that has an E in it.
Sure.
I'm not sure if I can say that on YouTube.
Probably
But
not.
yeah, it's called N-word Mountain.
Now I'm just thinking about I like that the other white meat thing. It's just like, nah, the other N-word.
Yeah, I remember driving on Interstate 74 or whatever it is that goes through that part of Maryland, and I saw the marker for the mountain on the side of the road, and I just burst out laughing.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Well, it's a color in, Spanish, so.
Well, it was named after a black soldier in the Revolutionary War who
Well, yeah, I'm sure they
apparently
called him that all the time. Doesn't make it
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. They didn't bother to write down his name apparently.
Yeah, it doesn't make it right, but yeah, I'll bet they called him that a lot. Oh, man. Yeah, that's rough stuff. All right, two more things. What you said, that pipeline. What do I care about fucking pipeline? What are they pumping out of it?
Oil?
Nah, I don't care about that.
You only fill up your car with it.
No, I don't care about that. It's boring.
Plus it's a massive fucking thing, and it's long. It's like hundreds of miles long.
Can I look at it?
Yeah, you can look at it. There's like a road built right next to it for half of its length. You can just stop and look at it. You can look at all the caribou and moose that are snuggling up against it. You can witness polar bears.
Well, I don't know if I'd stop. If there's a long road, I'll just drive and look at it. I'm not that interested. It's just a long pipe.
Well, I mean, you probably shouldn't stop if there are polar bears because they might eat you.
Yeah, they are pretty aggressive guys. They're pretty rough. All right, but that's negative a point. Polar bears. I don't want anywhere near that.
Okay, do you like whales?
Not enough to kill them, but I don't see the point in them. They're just big and that's kind of cool and stuff. But I'm never gonna encounter one of those. What are we gonna talk about?
Yeah, whales and walruses and dolphins can be found in abundance in the waters of Alaska.
Yeah, but I mean, they're out in the water and stuff. If they wanted to come up that mountain and have a beer with me, that'd be different.
Just having a beer with a whale.
Yeah, I mean, me and a whale hanging out, I'd be like, "You ever read Moby Dick?" And he's like, "Ah ha ha, yeah, you think that's funny, but in my culture, And I'm like, "What about the protocols of the elders of Zion?" And he's like, "Oh, well, don't get me started on that." I'm like, "Whoa, whales are anti-Semitic?" Then I have to stop talking to this whale because he gets way too serious about it. And I'm like, "Wig whale? What? Whale gnat? Oh no, he's a whale gnat."
He's a neo-narwhal, not
Oh,
narwhal.
neo-narwhal? Dude, neo-narwhal is good. Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm not interested in nature. What's the fucking point of it? What does it do? Draw me a picture of it. That'd be good. Take a picture of it if it's really that cool. Dude, I don't like mantises.
Praying mantises?
Yeah, I don't like them. Turns out there's a fuck ton of them, all kinds of different ones. I don't like them. They're fucking creepy and gross, and they're weird. They're cannibalistic, and all kinds of the stuff that you don't want. They're not good.
Don't they also rip their mates' heads off?
Oh, dude, not every time. See, I learned this. Not every time. Only if the male can't get away first.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's not part of the thing. He knows what he's doing going in. It's kind of like dating in 2020. It could be rough, but you got to get that nut. So he gets in there and then he tries to get away. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. I saw one where he snuck up on her while she was trying to eat this fucking beetle or whatever. And then he got in, got out, and fucking got out of there. He kept his head. Because she was busy trying to kill something else. Again, much like modern dating. It's pretty rough stuff. But yeah, I don't like them. They've got tons of them. They're all different sizes, and they've got different fucking... They're gross, though. I mean, they're not good. If I ever see one of those motherfuckers, I don't squish things because I'm not an asshole. But, I'm going to fucking kick it. If I ever run into one of those motherfuckers, I'm going to kick him right into the thing. You can deal with it.
They're called praying mantises because they're going to have to pray to get away from your boot.
That's right. That's right, dude. Because, the thing is, they keep growing and stuff. You don't know how big they could get. I'm sure some science bitch does, but I don't fucking know how big they can get. So you know, you can run
Oh,
out of
they
here.
can't get get that big.
I
Like we're
saw
not.
one. I saw one that was pretty big.
Where was it?
It was on the YouTube.
Well, no. What country?
I don't know. I was pretty drunk, man. I was too busy being grossed out because like they put microphones near him, so like you get all that crunching sounds. It just sounds like everything they eat sounds like they're eating a bag of potato chips. It's fucking gross.
Yeah, yeah. It's I mean, bugs in like North America don't get that big. Like if you're talking about some Amazon shit with like the spiders that are like, like a foot across, yeah, that shit's creepy.
Yeah, why are we trying to save the Amazon? What is the point of that? It's nothing but gross shit in there. Burn it to the ground. All of it. Get rid of all of it.
Yeah.
What's the point? And then, what's cool about the Amazon is like how it's flooded a lot of the time. So it's like the it's like water. I mean, it's kind of neat, but like, what are we saving it just for our own amusement?
Yeah, it's full of horrible things like Candida fishlets and
Yeah.
piranhas and spiders that are the size of laptops.
Yeah. Why is that allowed? Why is that allowed to go on? It just seems like we would get rid of that. If we're trying to truly progress as like the human species, right? You would think that we would get rid of all of the horrible bullshit. Like praying manti. You're gone. Get rid of them. All right? Wasps. What do? Get rid of them. We just get rid of all of this shit.
Wasps are just gay bees.
No, because I've never met I think they're more serial killer bees.
Well, there you go. They're gay bees.
I don't think gays are serial killers that often. Well, except for the bug chasing AIDS super spreader type of guys, but that was more of an '80s thing. The '80s were a weird time.
I was thinking of Jeffrey Dahmer.
Well, that was just one guy, It was just
and John Wayne Gacy.
John Wayne Gacy. That was another guy. But you're two for tons of them. Charles Manson. Well, he was an MK Ultra thing. He doesn't really count. Ted Bundy, not a gay guy. Ted Bundy, he liked the ladies. And then he didn't like the ladies very much towards the end of the date, What do you get? The BTK guy. Huh? He wasn't gay. He hated his wife. Toy Box Killer. He didn't do gay shit. He did terrible, terrible, horrible things to women, actually. So he definitely hated women. A lot of these guys hate women. Maybe they are gay. I don't know.
But
there's a lot going on.
Yeah, but in regard to nature, get rid of jellyfish. Jellyfish are useless.
Yep, get rid of them.
I
I would say though, a lot of the ocean, you could pretty much leave the ocean be, because we don't go in there, But if we start to go in there,
the problem with the jellyfish is that they're starting to approach the coast.
What do you mean, like as a team?
Yes, they're fucking invading the coastline.
What the fuck? What do they think they're gonna do?
Sting us? Obviously.
If they're gonna just try to all fucking come up to the hood like that, they better be rolling fucking real strong, dude. They better be rolling deep, because that's nonsense. They better check themselves before they wreck themselves, dude. There's no fucking way. I'm not gonna deal with it. Maybe that's why Trump wanted to nuke the goddamn ocean. He said it was like because of that fucking tsunami. Maybe he's just worried about jellyfish. I know he hates sharks.
Yeah, nobody likes sharks.
Some of them are cool. Like that one in the song. Baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do. Have that in your fucking head all day, you dumbass people that listen to this podcast. Baby shark do 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 do. I love that song.
Yeah, I mean that's the one nice thing about living on land. There's a limit as to how big things can get. In the ocean, there's no limit. They can get fucking huge. That's why the largest invertebrates like on land are like spiders, but like the largest ones are like in the ocean are like shit like crabs.
Yeah, crabs are cool as fuck though. I say crabs get to stay. They're pretty cool. Like I like how they've got all of it. Like they've got so many fucking hands that like their mouth has like 4 hands. They're pretty sweet.
yeah, crabs and lobsters and shrimp. Can't have that on land. Like I remember looking up years ago. I was like, well, why don't we have spiders the size of like dogs and shit? And it's like the way a spider's body is constructed, like it's simply impossible for them to grow past a certain size. Like a lot of the larger spiders, at least in North America, you note that they're all leg and almost no body because that's the only way they can live.
I'm pretty sure that realistically, the reason that we don't have spiders the size of dogs and shit like that is not because of any weird stuff about how they're built. It comes down to evolution and the fact that, like, anytime anything got that big, people were like, whoa, fucking kill it! So they decided, they were like, we'll just stay small. We'll just be small instead of, like, being dog-sized.
Well, there's that too.
Yeah, because, like, I mean, if you saw something that big, like, I mean, there's a pretty big crab, but, like, what do we do with them? We fucking kill them and we eat them. So, like, how big is a fucking snow crab? Those guys are fucking big.
Well, yeah, you also don't encounter crabs as a matter of course, whereas spiders are pretty common.
Yeah. Well, that's what they decided to say small. They were like, we're just going to be a little. And then over the years, now we're really reaching a point in our evolution as well where we're cool with spiders. Like we'll just have them like one that'll be hanging out. We're like, you get to stay. Because as long as you stay in the. I feel really bad. I think I said it on the show when it happened. When I had that spider that had been living in here for so long. And then eventually he just got too fucking big for me to be comfortable with. So I had to throw him outside. And then it was not 3 minutes later. It was just the most rain in the entire world. So I'm hoping he didn't drown, but I kind of figured he probably did. He had never been outside before. He'd lived his whole life in my environment.
Should have just squashed him. It would have been a mercy killing.
No, man, I don't like squashing things. I felt bad even evicting him, but he was real big. He was there for months, but he got like the size of a fucking quarter. I'm like, all right, you're creeping me out. It's time for you to go.
You basically killed him by proxy.
Yeah,
because you didn't have the courage to just squash him, give him a nice merciful death. No, you condemned him to die of a horrible death by drowning.
Well, see, the thing is, if I would have known that it was going to rain, I would have let him stay in here until like the next day or so when I knew it wasn't going to rain. But I didn't know it was going to rain. It was fine. I threw him out, and then like 3-4 minutes later, it just fucking was terrible rain. So I don't know. Maybe he got out. Maybe he didn't. It's kind of up to him at that point. It comes down to personal responsibility.
Yeah, I mean, I had a huge fucking problem with when I was in Albania. Like, I had a huge fucking problem with these beetles that would sneak in the living room and just kind of chill on the floor by my potted plant. I didn't want to squash them because they were fucking huge beetles.
Sure.
And that's a lot of guts to clean up. So like I took to luring them when they were, well enough to fucking walk, luring them onto, say, a tissue or something, and then I'd go to the back balcony and just, leave them on the railing. It's like, you're free now. You can fly. You can go. You can be somewhere that's not in my apartment.
That's what you're supposed to do, man. I don't believe that you should kill or punish anything that you don't have to, just because you're bigger than it and can. That's
riding the hippie.
Kind of. I mean, kind of. Yeah, like if you can get away with like not fucking punishing something stupider or smaller, then don't. There's no reason to. Just fucking let it roll off of you, man. Just fucking let it. You're the better guy because you let a beetle go instead of being like, I'm gonna squish it or whatever. No reason.
Well, I wasn't gonna. Like I said, I wasn't gonna squish that shit anyway, because like it was good, gotten everywhere. It would make a huge mess,
Yeah. Just I don't know. You gotta go around hurting things that are smaller than you are. I mean, that's ridiculous. So,
that's also why I don't beat women anymore.
You don't eat what?
I don't beat women anymore.
Oh, I thought you said I don't eat lemons anymore. Which. I was really excited to hear about this, but now I'm just disappointed as you and your decisions in life. I really wanted to hear about this lemon thing. Damn.
You want to end the show?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, yeah. Well, I already did the news, so we don't need to do that shit again. Brian, anything you got to plug?
Nope. Same as always. Same old, same old, same old. Got another
Yeah, check.
podcast on Tuesdays. I got a website. It's called My Name. And I got a D Live that's also my name.
Yeah, it's keeping it real simple. Go check out I Love You Beer, and all the other Brian's links will be in the description. And of course, check me out at mattforney.com. All my links will be in the description too. That'll do it for this episode of Terror House Radio. Check in every day at Terror House Magazine at terrorhousemag.com. Our books are at Terror House Press, terrorhousepress.com. Social media links in the description. You can always check out past episodes of the show at terrorhouseradio.com. Terror House Radio is produced by Bryden Proctor and presented by Jugs. Intro music by Remix Streamless, Village in my non Coverundum. Let the bastards grind you down. I'm Matt Forney with Bryden Proctor, and we are out.